By the time you've put in 5 or 6 decades on this planet, you know who you are. You may even be more confident than ever, and you've got the life experience to back it up. Until you try to change something, or evolve into that next phase of life, that next version of you. Then suddenly, you second guess everything. Here's why that happens, and how to reclaim the power you need to get where you're headed. Somewhere along the line, we came to believe that wisdom and experience are the same thing. They are not. Experience is all about the past, and it carries with it the risk of getting trapped there. Wisdom, on the other hand, occurs in the present and prepares you for the future. It's what you do with your experience. Think of it this way. Put your hand on a hot stove and you learn quickly to never do that again. And that's a good thing. But that kind of if this then that experience actually only makes up a fraction of the data that you're storing about the way that the world works, and particularly the way the world works for you. The rest of it is way more complex. Unlike hot stove burn hand, all of that other experience is made up of interactions and circumstances that could have had alternate outcomes if any of a million different tiny alterations had been present. In spite of that, by the time we've hit our 50s or 60s, we come to believe that all of that experience is proof of how the world works, proof of what's possible, proof of what's realistic. Of course your confidence gets eroded. All of that hard-won experience has you trapped in the box of the past, and it's literally limiting what's possible for you. For 70 years, no one could run a mile in under 4 minutes. They didn't think it was possible. Until Roger Bannister did it in 1954. 46 days later, someone broke his record. Before Katherine Johnson, it was unthinkable that a woman, and certainly not a black woman, would play mission-critical roles in places like NASA. Who would have ever believed that $5,000 was enough money to build a billion-dollar shapewear empire without outside funding before Sarah Blakely did it? In the late 1940s, despite compelling evidence for quantum mechanics, the scientific establishment of the time clung to the old method of Newtonian physics to explain the way the world works, even though the theory had known gaps. German physicist Max Planck was so frustrated by his colleagues that he wrote about it. He said, "A new scientific truth does not triumph by convincing its opponents and making them see the light, but rather because its opponents eventually die and a new generation grows up that's familiar with it." It doesn't have to be that way. Once we understand that our experience on its own is limiting us and undermining our confidence, we can convert it into real wisdom. Through the lens of that wisdom, we can assess everything that has gone before. We don't have to get rid of our experience. It's valuable. We can also look at what is present for us now and what our dreams say is possible. From that place, we're able to take confident action. That is the place where barriers are broken. Seriously, what's next for you does not have all the limitations you think it does. And when you lean into your own deep wisdom, you'll be able to see that and, quite frankly, soar. If you're on a path to what's next for you and found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so you hear when the next one posts. Until next time, big love.